Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Stunning.
Wow. It looks amazing.
Wow.
It's some statement, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It certainly doesn't look like a block of flats.
That makes a massive difference.
It does. It does.
So you get a little hint of it at the front, and then you get the rest of it at the back. You have to go through and discover it.
Chris's big plan is to dramatically change the look of the house with a couple of bold design ideas. At the front, the boxy entrance and rotten balcony will be replaced with a large centralised staircase and porch, which will give the house symmetry and proportion. The tired windows will be replaced with new aluminium units. At the back, he'll disguise the ugly rear elevation with a radical double-height extension, which will give Wendy and Alan and the girls a new family-friendly space. Connecting the old and new interiors on the first floor will be a full-width gallery. Floor-to-ceiling glazing and huge sliding doors will give them a greater connection and access to the garden.
Can't stop smiling now.
No, I know. I'm still smiling. Yes, bring it on. Yeah, no, it's amazing.
And I suppose it also enables you to take all the important bits of the house, with a bit of kitchen over there and a bit of dining here and a bit of living room in there, and put it all into one volume.
Exactly, yes. You know, the family can be more connected in many ways.
Inside, Chris plans to reconfigure nearly every floor. Downstairs, the knackered 80s conservatory will be replaced and a much-needed ground floor bathroom added. On the first floor, the existing kitchen will become a reception area. Upstairs, the plan is to knock through the existing guest bedroom and walk-in wardrobe to create a bigger master bedroom for Wendy and Alan, with their current master becoming a spacious ensuite. Chris's final design flourish will be to create an outdoor living space. The back garden will be landscaped and zoned with seating areas to make the most of the sun at different times of the day.
I suppose the big awful question is how affordable that's going to be.
Obviously, that might be a little bit stretching the budget, but I think, in a way, it's an architect's job to have a vision of how things can sit around the house.
But it can always be your kind of phase two.
Exactly.
No, I want it all done now.
Well, I know you do. I know you all want it done now. You know, I've seen this many, many times before. The architect works very hard to produce a beautiful design scheme that meets the client's brief. And that's exactly what Chris has done here. The problem is, the budget has to stretch a very long way. And it seems to me that it's too early a stage to have to make massive compromises. But if they've got any chance of this project being a success, that's what they're going to have to do.
In the old Roman city of Colchester, Wendy and Alan have been desperate to transform their outdated, ugly 1960s family home. On a street of pretty and historic houses, theirs is an unsightly anomaly.
I think at the time it would have been very unique, ahead of its time, but now I think it stands out more for the wrong reasons.
Their friends don't disagree.
That 60s look is so out of date now, it just sticks out like a sore thumb.
In the 1960s, architecture underwent a radical revolution. The likes of renowned architects Richard Rogers and Norman Foster dreamt up a brave new world made of concrete, aluminium and glass. Domestic architecture became bold and boxy, unfussy and even futuristic. But design that pushes boundaries doesn't always stand the test of time. Just ask the man responsible for Wendy and Alan's house. Colchester architect Brian Thomas was in his 30s when he designed it back in 1962.
The design I was trying to do was a modern house which fitted into a traditional street scene. It was in the days when the mayor used to be head of the planning committee, and he said something like, "Oh, it's a few years here, it's time, boy, you know."
But now even he agrees it's not what it was.
It looks a little too contrasty, a bit too commercial, perhaps. It's interesting to see what somebody else will do with it. I wish you luck in improving it. Yes.
But for Wendy and Alan, there's been a setback. Having spent 3 months pricing up their architect Chris Dyson's ambitious design, it's come in even more over budget than first thought, and that is a massive problem.
A bit upset because obviously we gave the budget and he's created this wonderful project and we can't afford it really. We don't want to spend £150,000 on just the rear extension and then we've got no money to do anything else in the house and then we're left with something that's not finished.